We are here at Progressive Studio in Antioch, and I'm so happy to see all of you for another Awakening the Force morning yoga practice. I'm always trying to tell students on social media, the morning practice is what's up. That's what's up. Now, when coronavirus and all this is over, I hope that you all stick with a good morning regimen. What should the morning regimen have? Should have some sitting, deep breathing, contemplation or meditation. So that's weird. I remember when I was starting with yoga and stuff, or you would go on a retreat or something, and it just always seems weird to me to wake up in the morning, like you woke up so that you could relax and calm down. It's like, why not go back to sleep? But then after a while, I started to realize that I do agree with what I read in the books, there is something very special about your mental patterns and your mental waves in the morning. So it's not that you wake up and just sort of go back to sleep or take a nap. What it is you wake up and notice how good you feel. And it's not like oh, I'm happy, let's go to the party goodness. It's not like a champagne, woo, goodness. It's just a very good feeling that you have when you wake up. And then you have something that you can notice and carry with you for the rest of the day. So let's keep the morning going strong. You know where to find me. You're finding me on Facebook. I love that. And you know where to find these classes if you ever miss them live. You're going to find them on YouTube at Yogi Cecily. And then also remember that if you want beginner or anatomy alignment, you got to find those on Fridays and Sundays now at 12 noon on Instagram Live. Those are going really well. And I love all of that. And there's new stuff on my website, Cecily'sYogaRetreats.com. Many people, and thank you so very much, are hitting me up for private sessions. Just do one private session with me. If you've never done it, even some of my veteran students, if you've never done a private with me, it is going very well. I had someone on social media say, oh, no, you can't see the body through the screen, and all I want to tell people is, yeah, but Cecily Guest can. My veteran students know, yeah, I got these eyes, I see what's going on with your body through the computer screen. I'm just going to pat myself on the back on that one. That is what I do. And I've been doing it for a while. So hook up with me on Cecily'sYogaRetreats.com. Come find me, communicate with me, let's do a session. All right, there's all of that. Now, I want to keep up with some of the readings. Sometimes I want to do a reading and sometimes not. Sometimes I want to do more physical practice, more breathing. So the morning sessions are just kind of like, let's spend time together. Yeah. I've been sitting with my right leg on top of my left, so I'm going to go ahead and switch, which I recommend that you all do. Hey, if you go on a retreat or if you go somewhere and the teacher is not switching, you just go ahead and switch. Especially if you're new to sitting on the floor, go ahead and switch about every 5 minutes. Okay, I've got 2 books today. One is just a great book. It's The Inner Traditions of Yoga by Michael Stone, and he's got quite a few books on yoga. And this is very good. There's a foreword by Richard Freeman, and sometimes I take these books, I want to tell you what I do. I open it up and I go, this is what I'm going to read today. And that's what I did. So I just did that on page 174 this morning. And this is the quote. The yogi does not see her practices as metaphors or consolation. Standing on the threshold of imagination but firmly planted in present experience, the yogi is concerned with freeing the mind and responding to present circumstances without self-created entrapments. Let's just practice. Let's please just practice without thinking, oh, I'm old. Oh, I'm fat. Oh, I'm stiff. Oh, I'm not fit. Oh, basta così. That's what the Italians say. Basta così. Enough with that. Stop it. Let's just practice. So we wake up in the morning and we do our practices. Okay, here's another book which I did not like, but so many people like it. So I'm reading it in very small chunks. I'm like reading it backwards and I just open up a chapter. And this is Daring Greatly. Daring Greatly by Brené Brown, who Oprah Winfrey just loves this. So her whole thing is compassion and vulnerability. And my whole thing, my students will laugh at me, my whole thing is like, I don't care what you're thinking, just do it. And like, don't be vulnerable, just do it. That's my thing. And so let's just have a laugh about that. And it's not that I don't believe in vulnerability. So I'm learning about vulnerability. And that's what I like about morning practice. Maybe that's what I really love about morning practice is I don't feel strong. I just feel good. I just feel so good in the morning. So that's my vulnerable time. I'm in my slippers and my robe and my coffee and But sometimes I'm in the kitchen. Some of you know I don't like spiders. And sometimes in the morning, like I'm vulnerable. I'm all like, ugh. I got my coffee and I look and there's a spider. And I'm like, dudette. Usually most of the spiders are the ladies. I'm like, girl, you know what? I'm girl spider. You know what? Going on, girl. I can't be scared of you right now. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. And you probably got kids to take care of. So go on, make your web, do your thing. I'm not going to kill you this morning. So right, I'm deathly afraid of spiders. So you got to talk to them. So you got to open up. You got to be all vulnerable. And that's right. The spider is more afraid of me because I'm like huge. But the spider has 8 legs, and that really intimidates me. I can't deal with 8 legs, okay? All right, so here's the reading. This is page 204 from Daring Greatly. So she's got a list of what she does when she's going to sit down with people and lean in and how to have a discussion with people, a vulnerable moment. So this is her list. I know I'm ready to give feedback when. I know I'm ready to give feedback when I'm ready to sit next to the person rather than across from them. When I'm willing to put the problem in front of us rather than put the problem between us. I'm ready to listen, ask questions, and accept that I may not fully understand the issue. I know I'm ready when I want to acknowledge what you do well instead of picking apart your mistakes. And that is true for ourselves as much as it is with other people. I know I'm ready when I recognize your strengths and how you can use them to address your challenges. I know I'm ready when I can hold you accountable without shaming or blaming you. When I'm willing to own my part. When I genuinely can thank you for your efforts rather than criticize you for your failings. I'm ready when I can talk about how resolving these challenges will lead to your growth and opportunity, and when I can model the vulnerability and openness that I expect to see from you. So I read the book not so much about dealing with others is I got to go through that list with myself. And listen to myself. And then shut it down. Shut down all the criticisms. And then that's what practice is for me. Practice is that moment, that time, when I can sit next to yoga. I like to sit next to yoga and say, we're doing this now, right? Yes, we are. Okay, so we're doing this together. Are we doing this together? Okay, yoga, take it easy on me today. You take it easy on me, I'll take it easy on you. Okay, so let's do some yoga. We're going to start with breathing, and I'm going to switch the legs again. No, in fact, I'm going to take my yoga block, and I'm going to go into a hero's pose. I'm going to switch up the seat, which I highly recommend for you all. Switch up your seated practice. The more you switch up your seated practice, the more you're going to know what is your seat. What is the seat that you can take at all times? And really, for me, it's this sitting on a block hero's pose. So if you got a block, come do this with me. I'm facing to the right, and let's do some breathing. Let's do the quick breath. Bastrika. Let's do it. I got my arms out just so you can see my belly. Okay. That's 15 short and 1 long. Here we go. Two more. One more. Whatever seat you're in, take a little forward fold, bow the head. Draw up, look up, inhale, and do that one more time. Whatever seat, doesn't matter, cross leg, hero's pose, take the bow. Breath with twist to the right, inhale, exhale. To the left, inhale, exhale. Again, to the right, inhale, exhale. To the left, inhale, exhale. One more to the right, inhale, exhale. One more to the left, inhale, exhale. Great. Let's take the breathing into some seated repetitions. So I'm coming off block. Yeah, so I have 2 blankets, right? In the morning, I always have 1 long blanket. So let's go into forward fold. Inhale, exhale, fold down. Hands to the rear, inhale up. Forward fold, exhale down. Hands to the rear, inhale up. Now I'm feeling a little stiff this morning, and that's because I'm actually doing classes every day. So I'm actually going to put a blanket underneath my tailbone. That's going to help my forward fold. So you got all your stuff there with you, yeah? Forward fold, exhale, yeah, that's so much better. Inhale, hands back. Exhale, forward fold, feels good. Nice. And back. We'll just do 1 more. Exhale, forward fold. Great. And inhale back. So always morning practice and alignment yoga practice. Got to have your equipment there. Now, I don't know, maybe you got to run around and grab your blocks. I don't care. Go and do that. Go and get what you need now. Hey, and the same thing goes true for when we get back in studio. I think a lot of times people in the studio, they don't want to get up. They don't want to create a disturbance in the class. Got to get your equipment. So here we are. I've got 2 blocks. And one is tilted. And my arms are back. Ooh, mama, I love it. I'm going to breathe here. 5, 4. I am putting some attention to pull the toes back. 3. And I'm drawing up my quadriceps. 2. So I want big energy in the legs to draw back. One more deep breath here. 1. And up, 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 up. Okay, great. Let's come on, fold your legs again. I'm going to put the right in front of the left. And let's do a little pounding on the back. Woo! I love it. Love it. I love all of these. Some folks will call these Chinese techniques, Chinese medicine, but they're really just very, very ancient techniques. Oh, I could just do this all day. Good Lord, it feels so good. Back slapping. Stimulates the capillaries of the blood vessels. Engages the nervous system. Don't hurt yourself. You see, I'm exhaling. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drumming the chest. Now I'm going to put the Om chanting with that. You don't have to. And in the morning I sound like a bass baritone. Take 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Keeping the right leg in the front and going back to blocks. 2 blocks is good. It's morning. I'm not trying to get very low. I want my upper body, my head, neck, and shoulders supported so I can relax the arms and breathe. 5, 4, 3. See how that tilted block, I'm moving it a little bit. 2 more breaths so you can see that by tilting the block you get range. 1 more deep breath. And up, right? Got to put your hands on the block, set them aside. Great, great, great. Legs out straight in front again. I'm going to stay up on my second block. Let's go swimming. So this would be the crawl stroke. The only thing is it's true. Here I'm breathing backwards. I'm taking the exhale as I twist. If you were really swimming, it would be backwards. And you can try that. You can try breathing as you would do if you were swimming. I just do the backwards breathing with the twist. Take 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Reach out for the calves and the ankles. Bend the elbows. Bend at your elbows. So now we're getting a little bit of a deeper stretch. 5, 4, 3. There's the teeniest bit of rounding. 2. I'm going to let my head, neck, and shoulders relax just a little bit. And 1. Okay, awesome. Left foot in front of right. Both hands on what's going to be your left knee. Push that knee down. Take 4 more. 4. Yeah, so sometimes in the morning, 3, I just really treat the body as if it is stiff because it is stiffer. 2, and there's so much joy for me in opening in the morning. Just trying to open that. Good, good, good. Push the knee down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full twist is going to be towards me to your left. Use your right hand to push the left knee down. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm feeling hip sockets, a little bit of sacrum. And a 1. Good. That's your left leg. Take it out in front. Keep the right foot bent in. Let's get into that leg. Let's just do this stuff all morning. Now, I just want to get into, we're not doing yoga retreats. It's true, but I'm hoping that the August retreat will stick. I have a good feeling for that one. So that one is not canceled. And a lot of people are afraid to go on yoga retreats. They're like, oh, I'm new to yoga. That's when you want to go on a yoga retreat. That's when you want to go. Because the morning, first of all, it's like 5 a.m. and everybody's stiff and no one cares and everybody's feeling good. Let's take the stretch over that left leg. And you can invite your blocks back in. Right? Some of you maybe are ready for a little bit, finally a little bit more stretching. Your body's starting to open up. So I just take my towel, give a little bit more stretch. Look at the difference in my arms. So when I have a strap, I actually try to elevate the elbows. 3, 2, pull the toes back. And a 1. All right, last little bit of seated work here before we get into sun salute. So we got to go back, put your right leg on top or in front. No, just in front. And you're going to twist away from me a little bit, and that's okay. And we're just pushing that knee down. That brings me to a note that I want to give you all. We're taking all of these online classes. You don't always have to look at the video screen. And I think that's going to gunk up our practice if we keep feeling that we have to look up at the screen. So I just want to get you all used to hearing my voice, listening to the cue. Take your time to listen to the cue. Look up and notice what's happening, and then relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Focus on what you're doing, the direction that you're facing, and how your body feels. Take 2 more of these. The knee is going down. And 1 more. And now you're going to twist. You're going to twist to your right. Use your left hand to push the knee down and away. 5, 4. I'm actually trying to get both knees to go down. Puts a little arch in the back. It's true. 3, 2. Yep. And a 1. I'm just going to lean down over that leg. Great. Sitting up. See? So sitting up, now you can look and see what's happening. And you know we're just going to do what we did on the other side. So now it's your right leg that we're just sort of working on. Okay? And I'm really looking forward to this evening at 5 p.m. I'm going to be doing my first advanced yoga hangouts. So I don't want everybody to be intimidated by the word advanced. It's not that you have to be advanced. I like to use that word aspirationally. So we've got morning practice with Cecily. We've got some alignment classes on Instagram Live. See, I do it all. I think of it as all. I don't think of it as beginner, intermediate, advanced, blah, 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 blah. Oh, to be a yogi, a yogini, and all you got to do is practice yoga all day. That's my dream. Let's get into some modified sun salutes. So I'm coming off of that blanket and onto all fours. is a highly modified sun salute. So I'm staying on my blanket and I've got 2 blocks. So I've got 2 blocks working on the edge of my blanket. And I'm going to turn this into downward facing dog. I think I'm going to fold this blanket in. I need to fold it in. It's still a little bit long, but I'm going to put it in the middle, so it won't get in the way of my feet. Okay, tuck your toes. So it's a downward facing dog with hands on blocks. Whoa. And that's nice. Just gives you a lot more height. Puts the energy, it's easier to get the energy pushing back into your feet. So let's do that first. We're downward facing dog. And then bending the knees to all fours. Tap your knees on the blanket. Look up, inhale. And downward facing dog 3 more times. Exhale. Look at my fingers. You know, some people find this use of the block is nicer for their wrist. You can get a lot of different things there. Right? Some folks will slide the blocks back and let their fingers hang off of the front. 2 more, downward dog. Right? And bend, and this is also what I call a very closed position dog. My feet are not very far back. It's almost just a forward fold with long arms. Good. Then we're going to bend the knees. Now adding in. Step the right foot forward. Take the arms up in a crescent warrior. Nice, easy. Take the hands down. You're going to have to step over the blanket. Take your right foot back. Good. Bend your knees to the blanket. Get your hands out in front. Drop the chin and chest. Modified push-up. Up and back and downward dog. The hands go back on the blocks. See, it's a very close-in downward dog. Good, good, good. Bend your knees to the blanket. Step your left foot forward. Crescent warrior. Woo. I did a lot of lunges yesterday in the evening class. I'm really feeling that. Take your left foot back, downward dog. Bend your knees to the blanket, arch the back, drop the chin and the chest down, modified push-up chaturanga, and push back up. Good. Downward dog. Hey, exhale. Bend the knees, arch the back, inhale. Step the right foot forward, exhale. Raise the arms, inhale. Hands down, downward dog, push back, exhale. Bend the knees, arch the back, hands forward, inhale. Drop the chin in the chest, exhale up. Hands back, inhale, downward dog, exhale. Bend the knees, arch the back, inhale. Step the left foot forward, crescent lunge. Hands down, exhale back to downward dog. Bend the knees, arch the back, look up, inhale, set the hands forward. Exhale, up. Hands back, downward dog. Ooh, I like it. Let's just do 2 more rounds. So this is what I call a highly modified sun salute. Great for beginners and morning practice. I'm just bending my knees a lot. That goes down. Right foot forward, arms up. Hands down, downward dog. Bend the knees, arch the back, inhale. Exhale up, downward dog. Bend the knees, arch the back, inhale. Step the left foot forward, exhale. Arms up as the inhale. Good, 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 good. And downward facing dog. Take it back. Yes, yes, yes. Great. Let's bend the knees all the way down. I'm going to get rid of the blocks. I'm going to grab the edges of the mat. And now I'm going to go to the big and wide downward dog. Look at how I'm doing this. I put my forehead on the blanket and leave it there. Then push back with the legs. 5, 4. It really opens the armpits. 3, 2. The shoulder blades wrap back. They have to wrap back to the spine. They have to. And 1. Could you add a block? Like if your forehead isn't going that low, can you add a block? So I'm here. We're going to do it again. My forehead is not on the block when I start. As I push back the legs, my forehead finds the block just naturally, and some folks will set the feet even wider. And I want you to notice that my heel bones aren't down. So I actually have some room to push down into the heel bone. So if your heels are up, that's okay, but you're trying to push them down. 3, 2 breaths. And 1. Fantastic. Now I'm getting rid of the blanket. And get that. And I'm grabbing 2 blocks. Step the right foot forward. Look up, inhale. So look up, lift up. Listen carefully. I'm actually trying to tuck my tailbone down. That's for me. That's for me. I'm actually trying to tuck my tailbone down and lift my ribs. Hold here and think about that. 3, everyone doesn't need as much of that as I do. 2, but why am I doing that? Is I want to send different messages to my pelvis and my ribs. I want to make sure that I'm mixing up the message. So usually for me, the hamstring stretches to the tailbone back, and I'm still lifting my ribs. But sometimes I want to mix up the message, and I want to say, how do I lift my ribs and tuck my tailbone? It feels so good. Let's change legs. I'm calling this a high half splits. Half splits on the high side. Going to be here a while. And just the best thing maybe if you're out there to do is just explore. This is my ribs. This is my pelvis. Ribs, pelvis, okay? So for me, right, I want to release my lumbar. I need that this morning. But I still want to lift the back. So it's not a round back. You know, tucking your tailbone is not automatically a round back. Starts to get us into the idea of Maha Mudra. And just doing this, I'm starting to sweat bullets, right? It's creating so much internal heat. Great, great, great. All right, step your right foot forward. Turn your blocks up on the high side. Bend the forward knee. Right? Supported lunge. A supported lunge. Now I want to take that back knee and bend it down. So it's softly going to tap the mat and then lengthen it back. Now, keep doing this. Keep going back and forth. Now, if you're doing this with me, this is one thing that I want you to notice. That I am not going higher or lower. So I'm actually trying to contain the rest of my body. Let me show you what I mean. You're going to maybe do 4 more. I'm not doing this. I'm not going up and down. I'm trying to keep the rest of the body where it was and just move the rear leg, and good Lord, the buttocks. What's going to be your left buttock? And your left quad. Take 2 more of these. And your left hip flexor opening. Take 1 more. Nice. Good. Change legs. Yeah. I call it a supported lunge. So what am I doing? Here's the 90-degree angle. And the vertical arms. Tuck the back toe. Contain everything and straighten. Bend and straighten. Remember, you're not going up and down. Your head is high. Pull the belly button to the spine. I am. I'm trying to keep my tailbone tucked. I'm trying not to get into this kind of position. I'm trying to keep the tailbone tucking and trying to keep the ribs up while the leg extends. Maybe do 4 to 6 more. Push back. And discover the leg, the long leg needs to be so strong. Few more. Push back. I'm sweating bullets. Push back. It's going to be very hot here today and tomorrow. And push back. I'm going to have to get onto the patio and start putting out the lawn chairs and start enjoying the UV rays. All right, getting rid of the blocks. Downward facing dog. Oh, that feels nice. That feels nice. Okay, take a twisted dog. Take your right hand to your left foot. Twisted dog. Twist towards me. Hey. And make a plank pose. Inhale. Twisted dog away from me. Right hand to the left. Exhale. And 4 more. Plank pose is your inhale. Twisted dog is your exhale. Plank is your inhale. Twisted dog is your exhale. Plank pose, inhale. Feeling good, exhale. 1 more. Plank pose, inhale. Twisted dog, exhale. And that's a lot of work, so child's pose. Push back. All right, great. So we're building up the sun salutes from the child's pose. Go to a modified chaturanga. So I'm going to bring my knees and hips width. Modified chaturanga. The tailbone stays up. I push the body out long and flat. Slide the elbows forward. Then press through the arms for cobra. Bhujangasana, the bhujans. If you're learning Sanskrit, your arms are the bhujans. Bhujans are snakes. Downward facing dog. Push up and back. You can go through child's pose. Walk your hands back to your feet. I got my feet hips width apart. It's a morning practice. Softly bend your knees, look forward. Now think like a skier. Lace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up a bit. Look up. 5, 4. I'm thinking like a skier. 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. I got a soft bend in my knees. Gonna walk out to the plank. Yeah, downward facing dog. Child's pose. Now you take your time through all of these positions. I'm always going to say it quicker so that you know where I'm going. Downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Coming up next, you just take your time getting there, is the modified chaturanga. You just take your time getting there. Then we flatten the body and prepare Bhujangasana, cobra. We prepare it. The elbows are underneath the armpits. And then push up. 3, 2, 1. Try to wrap those shoulder blades back. Then downward facing dog. You can go through a child's pose. See how I reposition it? I reposition everything before the downward facing dog. Feels so good. Walk your hands back to your feet. A little forward fold. And then like a skier, you're going to bend quite a bit. Lace the hands behind your back and lift up, ski. Moguls, you're taking moguls. Pull your belly button up away from your lap. Forward fold. Come on, gang, if we're doing that shelter in place, you guys, you gotta have a way of exercising. I don't even want to hear about it. Right? Becky bought a trampoline. Why not buy that trampoline? So modified chaturanga. Let's do another round. Drop down. Flatten the body down, send the elbows forward. Cobra. That's a good idea. If you live in an apartment, your neighbors might not like that though. Gotta have some way. Vigorous exercise. Downward facing dog. Cecily, is yoga vigorous exercise? No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It might seem like it. But you know, cardio, the bike, the jogging, the jump rope, swimming is great. Walk your hands back, forward fold. Cardio, vigorous cardio. And the ski effect, soft bend the knees, take the hands back, wrap the shoulder blades back, look forward, 3, 2, yes, and 1, forward fold. Well, let's stand all the way up, inhaling, and prayer position. Let's face each other. Nice. All poses on the right side. This is what I say, all poses, standing poses on the right side with Chaturanga Vinyasa. So that means we're going to start with a Chaturanga Vinyasa, arms out in a letter T. Look to the right, inhale, exhale, Chaturanga Vinyasa. Plank, Chaturanga. Upward dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Right leg lift. Step the right foot forward, lunge. Here's a good idea. Grab a block now. Stand all the way upright. Left toes in. Right toes out. Right side, Trikonasana. 5. Oh, so I love it. 4, gosh, love this pose. 3, I love aligning it. I love just how it feels. 2, to sort out the hips, to feel the lateral stretch. You know that's what's up. 2, what's up, you should be feeling something across here. And 1, soft bend in the right knee, come up, inhale, breathe. We're taking a right side half moon pose. I always step back a piece. Right arm out, inhale, block goes far away from your foot, exhale, push up, 5. Love this pose. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Easy now. Come on up. Right side, warrior 2. Left toes in, right toes out. Breathe. 5. Hold the pose, but improve it over time. 4. Setting the hips down, expanding the arms. 3. Listen carefully. 2, you're going to be twisting away from me, so listen carefully. On 1, it's a twisted warrior 2, which means I turn up on the back foot and then twist away. Twist towards your left. 5. Towards your right, sorry. 4. Twisted warrior 2. 3. Very interesting pose. 2, there's a lot going on. And 1, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Child's pose. Downward dog. Right leg lift. Step forward lunge. Grab your block. Come all the way up, standing up. Hello. Adjust your clothing. And right toes in, left toes out. You're preparing triangle pose. Nice. Inhale. Exhale to the pose. 5. See, there's always just a little bit of, work. 4, and that's the joy in this pose. 3. Trying to figure out all of these lines. 2. You should be feeling something here. 3. 4 breaths. 4. 5. Soft bend the knee, come up. Prepare yourself for a left side half moon pose. Yep. Inhale, exhale to the pose. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes, easy, easy, easy. And 1. Good. Nice. Left side, warrior 2. Spread things out. Left toes turn out, right toes turn in. Sit into the pose. 5, 4, spend all of your time trying to improve it. 3, lifting the arches. 4, spinning the thigh muscles out, spinning your right rib back. Listen carefully, take a breath. See, I'm going to drop my arms, turn up on the back foot, settle into the balance. Rotated warrior 2, 5. Do your best with the pose. 4, there's a lot going on with the hips. I mean, you don't want to get into this push-back position. 3, you've got to try to stand up, draw back. 2, right, settle into the buttocks. Tuck the tailbone. And 1, good. Hands down. Downward facing dog. Nice, nice, nice. Child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Super. Oh my goodness. And a 1. Come on up here. We're facing this way. Sit up, sit back. How's it feeling? Good. Let's just keep staying strong. And we got a little bit more work to do here. We're going to do the lunges and the twisting poses. So we're going to get those in. I want to get those in. And before we do that, you know, there's so many sad stories, right? There are a lot of sad, heartbreaking stories. And some of the ones that are most heartbreaking to me are people who, right now, they in the middle of one day, they're not feeling good and they go and lie down. You know, like they don't wake up the next morning. And I believe deeply in my heart that a morning exercise routine will help. Will help with survival, not of COVID in particular, but the mindset of survival. The body expects to be getting up and waking up and early. I mean, you know, like 9 a.m. is not early. I'm talking about the 4 and the 5 a.m. in the morning. Well, then you're going to be going to bed earlier. So let's think about this. So what happens? People don't feel well and then they go to bed earlier. Like it's 8 p.m. I don't feel good, so I'm just going to go lie down earlier. Well, I mean, like, let's think about this. What if we really just cycled everything earlier? So like, you know, like 9 p.m. is bedtime, and I know we got a lot of different jobs, you know, that your job. But a lot of people got to shelter in place, and you know the first thing that they did. What's the first thing that people did? Eat ice cream, drink wine. No. No, one of the first things I'm sure that people did was stayed up later and slept in later. Let's maybe think this through. Maybe if we've got a couple more weeks of shelter in place, depends on where you are. Maybe we just get back to earlier, going to bed. Why? Because it's 8, it's 9. And that's what we do. And we get up 4 or 5 a.m. Why? That's what we do. Try it. Now we're all facing this way. Let's spin around and face the right. And you might want to grab your blocks. Step your right foot forward. Tuck the back toe. Remember those low lunges that we had? Yeah, those low lunges. So you're going to straighten out. Oh, sorry, your right leg. Your right foot is forward. You're going to straighten it out. As you did before, right knee is bent, left leg back behind you. Now, turn the back leg like warrior 2. lift through the arches, then look straight down forward in the same direction as your right big toe. Listen carefully. Your right elbow, slide it in. And now the rest of our time is spent turning the upper body up. So use your right elbow to help twist your left ribs up. Put the left arm along your left leg. Good. Then dial the left arm up. 5, 4, 3, lovely stretch. 2, and 1. Good. Bend your knees on down. Great. Let's face the other way. Left foot forward. This was the low lunge that we actually started with. Your left foot is forward. 90-degree angle. The blocks are supporting your upper body. They're supporting the weight of your upper body. So push up. Then turn the back foot. Direct your nose, belly button, and ribs and shoulders straight down in line with the forward foot. Then slide your left elbow in. Then use the left elbow to rotate your right ribs up and back. Look how open the ribs are. Align the right arm with the right leg. Look back. Look back to the right. Now, as you dial the right arm up, follow your hand so that will open your throat. 5. So we don't want to be here with a closed throat. 4. We actually want to look out and look ahead and open the throat. 3, 2, and 1. Hands down on the block. So we're going to stay facing this way now and change. Bring your right foot forward. Straighten out both legs and step in with your rear left foot. Step in a little bit. This is going to make a rotated triangle pose. 5, 4, love this. 3, 2, and a 1. Good. Staying here, use the blocks. Put a soft bend in your knees and come on up. Right foot forward. Rotated half moon. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let's just stand up, face the other way. Woo! Rock and roll, love it. That means you're going to put your left foot forward, set yourself up for rotated triangle pose. Breathe. Cross over. You know, this is for your whole outside IT band. Some folks will say keep your sacrum flat, but some folks actually need to let the left side be a little lower because you want that IT band stretch. 5, 4. You definitely don't want something like this. It's 3, 2. So you got to understand your ribs and your hips. And 1. Take your time, use your blocks, bend your knees, stand up, breathe. Left foot forward, rotated half moon. Our last big pose for today. See, I push that block out. Now here I'm thinking warrior 3, just for a moment. And then I start to add the rotations. 5, 4, 3, 2, yeah, and 1. Woo, I love it. Okay, downward facing dog. Great, great, great. That downward facing dog is going to bring us into a child's pose. Now, in this child pose, I want to make sure you're thinking about if you're going to spend another 10 minutes on your mat with just you. So think through what you want to be doing. Then we can all come on around and roll back on your back. Go ahead and give your knees a hug. You're relaxing back. Little happy babies pose. Rock the cradle. Feel good, feel good. It's Wednesday. Those of you working from home, don't go tripping. Still got to exercise. Still got to stay with some good eating habits. I'm hearing not good things about the eating habits. Do not watch television. That's all the commercials are, all pizza, hamburgers, chicken sandwiches, Popeye's chicken sandwich. Don't do it. Go get those Brussels sprouts. Okay. Quinoa. Kale. Our practice this morning is coming to a close. Remember, just practice. Let everything else fall away. Just for 45 minutes, an hour each day, 10 minutes, meditation, breath work. These practices will be with us long time, always. Always, always, always. Don't let them go. And vulnerability is good. Remember, we don't have to fight. We know that life is beautiful. We know that life is wonderful. So we don't have to fight. We just need to love. Om Bhuvas Tat Savitur Varenium Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yo No Prachodayat. The light in me sees and recognizes the light in you, and for that we say Namaste.